I want to speak with everyone about judgment right now because I've just been through a situation and everyone has exhibited to have piss poor fucking judgment. Um, Judgment. With that kind of judgment, how'd you get into the places of, the positions of power that are your professions? Here's the thing. I started out, I'm not gloating, okay? I'm telling you, fucking open your eyes. Just because someone has been convicted of a crime through a no contest plea does not mean that they're guilty. We haven't gone to trial. Not every person who is convicted of guilt is guilty of the crime they're convicted for. So when you allow yourself to rule, especially judges in court, when you allow yourselves to look at something that happened in the past and you don't know a fucking shit about, all you see is some documented shit on paper. Stands for nothing. When you see that kind of thing, you know, oh, uh, he, this guy was arrested for, uh, domestic violence, and they didn't have enough evidence to convict him of anything, so they dropped the charges. And then, oh, years later, his parents had a restraining order on him, and then now he's in my courtroom. Um, or hold on, let's not jump the gun. And then he pled no contest to a charge of domestic violence, and then, oh, let's not forget that DUI. You know, honestly, okay, he's had a DUI. That's a fuck up. Okay, and then now he's in my family court. He's in my family court. Here's the thing. I'm speaking right now. I've had quite a few incidents of which I'm not using my liberties to abuse others' freedom. We are at liberty. We are at unrestricted liberty to defend our freedom. Now, I have to explain something to you. Discrimination, persecution, uh, impeded senses of freedom, um, abuse. All of those things can really affect someone emotionally. We are at liberty to defend our freedom. And that doesn't mean we're at liberty to do whatever we want. But we're at liberty to do as we should. Emotions, psyche. There's always cause for effect. I understand psychology on, was it Newton's second law of physics? For every action, there's an equal or positive reaction. Is that what it is? I don't have it all memorized. You know what I'm saying. For every effect, there's a cause for it. Now, I grew up completely dismayed, distraught, emotionally fucking torn down, and spiritually vacant. Because religion, social, and societal differences had an effect on me. I cannot say that I've always made the best decisions. I cannot say that I've always done the right thing. I know now because I leaped for an understanding of what my problems were. And when I came to realize that no one understands how to distinguish the differences between liberty and freedom, they don't understand freedom. They don't understand. So all I can tell you is this phrase: we are at liberty to defend our freedom. Freedom from persecution, freedom from discrimination, freedom from hate, freedom from anything that tears you down as a human being. That's what freedom is. Freedom from ailment. Anything that ails you. Anything that alters your mind, spirit, or soul. Now, amid all of that, I've never made the best decisions. I can't say I always made the best decisions or always did the right thing. And that's because my value was misplaced. I didn't know how to value integrity. I didn't know how to value honesty. I didn't know how to value truth. I didn't know how to value you. I didn't know how to value me. Okay. And the reason for that is because I was emotionally torn down. So, once I delved into self help to identify and repair and make changes, I cannot tell you how much I wish shit on someone for fucking others' freedom from persecution, discrimination, hate. I will fuck someone up because I know what it did to me. I know what it did to me and what it did to others through me. Now, freedom is worth fighting for because if you're not free, then you're not 100%. If you're not free, no one's getting the best from you. If you are already emotionally scarred, then no one's getting the right thing from you. So, domestic violence arrest number one. And let me start over. I got a DUI. That's the most trouble I'd ever been in. I got a DUI, and that was the result of misplaced values, not understanding how to do the right thing for people. Okay. Now, that DUI fucked me up. And then, not long after that, I ended up in the hospital with a nurse looking. I had done everything I could to kill myself and ended up in the hospital. And as my eyes were rolling into the back of my head and the machine was flatlining, my eyes made contact with the nurse's eye. She looked me in the eyes as they rolled into the back of my head. See, not being free almost cost me my life. All the psychological harm and emotional. That almost cost me my life. And when I woke up in the hospital, when I came to, and the nurses saw that I was awake and stuff. The ward nurse like pretty much stomped into the emergency room, looked at the security guard, said, pointed at me and yelled, "Watch him!" You know, because they almost lost me. Now, not long after that, I began to look for help. I didn't know where to look for help. I couldn't find anywhere to find, to get help. I remember seeing on the TV, you know, President Obama saying, uh, mental health is of top priority in this country. It sure the hell wasn't. It was not. I couldn't find shit for help. And I was doing everything I could to help myself. And then one day I blasted through the rooms. I blasted through the doors of the local Alano club. And it was my first AA meeting. No one knew me. I didn't know anyone there. And when it came my turn to talk, tears are streaming down my face. And I just started bellowing out everything I had to. And when I was finished speaking, the chairman of that meeting looked at me and said, "You have a chance, dude. You have a chance." And I took that to heart. I never finished the 12-step process, but I got so much out of those AA meetings that not only was, not only was I, out on the good foot as a result, others were, asking me for help and advice on different things. Only because they saw what I was getting from self-help. So, here's the thing. Yeah, the first domestic violence charge. When I asked the officer who put me in the back of his car why I was being arrested, said he told me for restricting others of their constitutional right to freedom. I was just like, for real? I'm in this situation because my constitutional right to freedom was being restricted. And so then, I didn't beat anyone. It's not even where I was. Anyway, it continued to carry on. And then one day all of a sudden, whoa, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with me, and I can't do calculations in my mind like I used to, and things like that. All kinds of stuff was slipping, and it's just one thing after another. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know that some of the things I was experiencing were telltale signs of a real problem. Sudden blurriness of the eyes. I'm just like, I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't see. It looks like I'm. It was like I was underwater, looking around. What does that? Okay, it happened once, and it happened once, and it never really happened again. At that I was just like, it didn't take no. I didn't note it. So that cop lied to me, told me that I was being arrested for having restricted another from their constitutional right to freedom, and he was actually arresting me for domestic violence because, yeah. So then there's something wrong with me, right? And I'm going through so much turmoil, and you know, I made a move. I went to the mountains, and couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Didn't realize that it was anything serious. And you know, someone tell me uh, that I need to find a job, and I was like, I can't work a job. Having been where I've been in life, I I know more than anyone when I can't be trusted to so much as um, accurately handle money at a cash register. I was just like, I can't, I can't do anything. Um, I was experiencing way too much error with whatever was wrong with me. There was way too much room for error, and one thing led to another. I ended up living with my parents, and one day, you know, um, I kept telling everyone, "There's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all in your head," and stuff like that. And everyone was just giving me shit, and I was just like, "Am I really supposed to be? Am I supposed to use my liberty to, y'all are killing me emotionally." And I just been through counseling, really, with the self-help. And so I've been through some fucking shit with people. And anyway, here's the thing. I am not guilty of the domestic violence that's on my record. Someone got hit. And then I didn't know what else to do. The police had ignored me. And I said, "Hey, I have this video. You need to watch it," because I don't know how to explain what's happening. But if they had seen and watched the video, they would have known exactly what to do as police who criminalize um really when someone needed mental health help. um I'm not guilty of those domestic violence charges, yet everyone's judgment is drawn askew when they see that on my record. And I'm pretty much fucked for life or something like that, aren't I? Like being able to rent a place to live. And because the minute the domestic violence charges rolled through, I got evicted. My family was evicted because they didn't want my wife there, period. And so they used me. They scapegoated me. They used me as their scapegoat. Oh, well, you're being evicted. They wanted her out as soon as possible. They wanted her gone. They wanted her gone now. I know it because the managers had spoken with me. I didn't know they were going to pull a shifty lowball like that. Evict her on I hadn't even been convicted of anything yet. Had we gone to trial and I was proven innocent and they had evicted me already, oh boy. Anyway, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. I mean, the difference between most of you and me is that I never had to go to school. I never had to be, you know, I never needed vocational training, trade school, schooling, or, to reach my pinnacles of achievement. And the high point of my careers is when I was job site foreman at Lockheed Martin in Sunnyvale, California, for a fire suppression company. I wasn't union. We were considered scabs if we had to come into a job where the union was on strike. But you know what? In all my years of career opportunity, with emotional baggage and psychological problems, I've always been keen to do good work. I've always risen to the top, and I've always maintained. And nothing could draw my judgment askew. I'll break down more at the next recording.